Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. My name's Josh and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to take my Tuareg out to a national forest to do a little dispersed camping. Just a quick overnight. I've got a little bit of a road ride ahead of me, so I'm going to get that underway, but stay tuned and I'll bring you guys back when I get closer to the forest.
Hey, we made it to the forest. I stopped by this Harley dealer real quick because they have a Pan American. I was really curious to take a look at it and see if it was as cool as everybody says it is. It's definitely a nice bike. Wish I could afford one. We're gonna make our way towards Pisgah Covered Bridge and then Low Water Bridge. Finally stop at the OHV park, find a nice little campsite for the night. I'm gonna get set up and I'm gonna relax a little bit. But at least we'll get some gravel along the way. So I'll bring you guys back when I get to Pisgah Covered Bridge. There's a couple people here checking out the bridge. We won't stay too long, just wanted to give you all a quick look. It is pretty old. We're actually going to move on to the next spot. I'm itching to get onto some gravel, so onto Low Water Bridge. Honestly, even if you came out here with a road bike, I think you'd still have fun. There are a lot of twisted turns and not a lot of traffic. Speed limits are 55 on most roads, so you can kind of, do a little spirited riding and not have to worry about getting into too much trouble. This road, King Mountain, actually brings you to one of the trailheads for the Uwharrie Trail, hiking trail. Really dry in North Carolina, so it's pretty dusty. As a matter of fact, we're under a statewide burn ban right now, so we won't be having a fire tonight. But that's okay. Still get to get out and enjoy a little bit of camping. I'm going to take it a little easy today. Like I said, I'm out here solo. I'd really like to just have a good time and not worry about putting the bike down. It really is beautiful out here though. like I said, Uwharrie doesn't have the views and the spectacular S-curves on the side of a cliff that you get in the big mountains, but this is truly God's country out here. We're kind of lucky to have it right in the middle of the state. It's easy to get to from most of the major metropolitans. Charlotte's about an hour, Raleigh's about 2. Greensboro, and a half. I've only had this Tuareg for about 6 months, but you know, I can say unequivocally, this is the best bike I've ever owned. I came off of a KLR 650, and you know, I really like that bike. I owned it for a while, but it didn't do what I wanted it to do or what I needed it to do. And the Aprilia was, the timing was right, the price was right. The downside is I had to drive out to Charlotte to get it. As you can see, the water level is pretty low. A couple people out here fishing. That's looks like a lot of fun. Oh, and people put their kayaks in. Oh, speaking of some bikes. Yeah, there might be a couple of guys out here today. Like a Versus and maybe a DR. As you can see from the markings on the trees, you know, a lot of this property on this side of the forest is privately owned, and they will have a problem with you trying to camp on their property. So it is not worth it. Plenty of places that you can legally camp. I think before we go into the park, I'm going to make my obligatory stop at the outpost. Always worth the stop. Bunch of guys on ADV bikes today. This is the main entrance to the OHV park. I'm gonna go ahead and find a campsite, unload some of this gear, maybe take a couple layers off. It's gotten pretty warm. It was chilly this morning. It warmed right up. Thank you. Really is the best time of year to come to Uwharrie. Between January to the end of March. Boondockers out here. Yeah, that felt good. Loosen that deep gravel. Trailhead for one of the easier trails in the OHV park. Taken my KLR out here several times, but I'm a little afraid to drop the Aprilia. It's a little too pretty. I kind of been toying with the idea of maybe picking up an older XR or a DR. That way I can come out here and unload my camping gear and go out and ride the OHV trails, not feel terrible about dropping a bike that isn't exactly easy to get parts for. Seeing how the XR and the DR have remained unchanged for the better part of 30 years. I didn't lose anything. What was that noise? Oh no! Oh no. That wasn't secure. Must happen when I hit that jump. Well, at least I was smart enough to put a tie through it. Alright. Yep. Have to figure something out there. Alright. See if we can get up there. Yeah, no problem. Ooh, look at that. The fire ring's still there. Oh, I gotta get some layers off. Whew.
That's camp. Got a couple other odds and ends that I want to kind of take care of, but as long as it doesn't blow away, I think we're good to go. All right, y'all, I cheated a little bit. I brought a freeze-dried meal for tonight, but it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I am starving, so I hopped on the motorcycle. I went to the local store, the El Dorado Outpost, and I got some chicken tenders and potato wedges, and I am very much looking forward to eating those right now, so I'm gonna dig in. I don't know if it's just that I'm out in the woods and I'm starving, but y'all, these are some of the best potato wedges I have ever had in my life. I'm a little sad that I don't get to have a fire tonight. You know, I really like having the ambiance. I mean, but with us being in a statewide burn ban, it's just not worth the risk. You know, I'd hate to be responsible for burning down the forest.
Up at the top of the tent, we have 2 very large mesh panels for airflow. In addition, with the door, it also has a mesh panel.
I'd planned to bring y'all back to cook dinner, but I think I'm just going to call it a night. If you made it this far into the video, thanks for watching. I plan on making more of these videos. I'd like them to be a better quality. So the only way to get better is to make more. If you liked what you saw, please leave a comment, like, subscribe. I appreciate you coming along with me, and thanks for watching.